Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, Magic Nation. What's up? What's happening? What's going on? It's your girl, June. And as always, I'm hanging up with my good friend, Donna. Hey, Donna.
Hi, everyone.
So, Donna, I would like for you to meet my good friend, Guy Wizardo. Hey, Wiz.
Hey, everybody, my kabayan. Kumusta kayo? What's up, everybody? It's Guy Wizardo all the way from Houston, Texas, yo. All right. How's everybody doing today?
Donna,
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is.
All right. Come on, rock and roll. Let's go. You guys like what's my outfit? You know, this is our official uniform every time we have to do video call to the Philippines, you know? When we say hi to our titas and our titos, and if you can say hi to our lolas and lolos also. Kumusta, everybody? Right? Yeah, we have to wear this. We have to wear the hoodie and
Wow.
also the beanie.
The skull cap, the beanie.
Right? Yes, even though it's 75 OF outside. Yeah. June, are you familiar with OF?
What's OF, man?
Yeah,
What's OF?
Because you use OC there for the temperature. OF here, it's foreign height, you know, because everybody's taller here in the US. So, you know, the foreign height is bigger. It's always bigger. When it's 32 in the Philippines, it's 70 here. It's bigger. You know? Everything is bigger.
Because
yes,
they're foreigners.
yes, because the height of the foreigners is bigger. It's taller. So that's what we use here.
Yeah.
So
who is this guy?
What?
I don't know him.
Me? I'm from the US of A, man. What are you talking about? This is me, Guy Wizardo. I'm American now. I'm American.
See, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. Yeah. Go to the US for a few years, dude, you get totally transformed. Wiz, no, I don't know you anymore.
This is just how everybody is, you know? Yeah, you walk around and I'm like, yeah, I'm American citizen, man. I have that blue passport. Yeah.
Wiz?
Yes, what? Yeah.
Whoever is in you right now.
You know, you like my shirt? It always has to be branded. Like in the Philippines, you know, an outlet is the thing you plug your appliances in. Here,
dude,
is where you get all the branded clothes,
of
especially
all the
on the Black
you
Friday.
Wear today. Dude, we got a long day ahead, Donna. We got a long day ahead.
Yeah, I think you got some straightening out to do, June. I mean, I really hope.
I know.
Outline.
So I got a feeling we're gonna have to go on we're gonna have to play a song right now because this is like we have to reorganize. This is not the Wiz I know.
Yeah, we need a few minutes to collect our thoughts.
All right. So we're gonna play the song Magic Nation. Oh wait, Wiz or whoever you are.
What's up?
A song in.
Hello. Hey, who? What's up? Nothing, B. Just watching the game, having a bud. What's up with you? Nothing. Watching the game, having a bud. True. What's up? Yo, who's that? Yo, pick up the phone. Hello? What's that? What's up? Yo, where's Dookie? Yo, Dookie. Yo. What's up? What's up? Hold on. Hello? So what's up, B? Watching the game, having a bud.
Do you have a song in mind at least?
All right, let's play some Daft Punk for my man Kanye West, you know? The Stronger, Better, Faster, Stronger. That one. Let's play that one because my man Kanye West is hurting right now because of, you know, his wife Kim Kardashian. Yeah, my brother Kanye West needs to get stronger, better, faster, stronger. Let's go.
All right. Here we go. You're on Magic
92.3.
Welcome back. Hey, Magic Nation, you're still hanging out with June and Kudana, the K-paparazzi, and a
Yeah.
guy
Guy
who calls himself.
Wizardo.
Yeah, Guy Wizardo. Guy Wizardo,
What's
man.
up, everybody? Hold on. Let me take the sweater off because it really is pretty warm outside. What's up? Hold on. Let me take off my headphones. I'll be right back.
Okay, well,
Oh, we're going to get a strip.
not in front of us. Oh my God. No, this is not part of the script. We didn't agree on stripping or
Oh, we did not. I
we
thought
did
that
not
was
agree on
part of the
that.
fee. I got your PayPal.
Not Gcash.
I don't do refunds though. Yeah.
Wiz, man, how are you in
Hey,
Houston?
how's
How have you
everybody
been
doing?
doing?
I'm
Nice to
doing good. I'm doing good. Hey June. Hey Dana. How are you guys doing today?
It's all right. We're doing great. As far as
Great.
I
Pretty
know.
good.
Cool. Yeah.
Until you decided to go Conyo American on us,
Oh.
man.
All right. Yeah. I just thought that, like something to wake everybody up on a Monday morning because snap, I know Mondays can be pretty darn tough.
I know. Donna and I were talking about it, and yeah,
Mhm.
it gets tough. So why not shock and awe, right,
Right?
Wiz?
Yes, I know. And I saw the shock and awe on your face on the webcam. So if you guys want to see how June reacted, because they did not expect that at all. But yeah, I just thought I had a little fun with it, I'm sure.
I know. Oh my goodness. How have you been, Wiz? How's Houston?
Ooh, boy.
I mean, apart from it being so hot and everything.
Yeah. Well, it's not. The nights are cold. The sun is intense. The heat is different here. It's a dry, intense heat that hurts the skin. It's different from the Philippines, really. But
Ooh,
how
so
I've
you
been? Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
So you use lotion now?
I do. I lotion up. I actually lotion up. You gotta hit the knees, the elbows, and everything. And plus, it starts to hurt. Your hands really do get dry, like
Mm,
especially when you wash the dishes and stuff. The soaps are
mm.
pretty strong. But yes, so it's just regular, normal life. In a different part of the world, just trying to get by. How I've been though, yeah, basically just trying to get by, June, living life just like everybody else in the world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Here's how is here's a standard question because we kind of always ask
Mhm.
this question,
I
Donna,
got
right?
you.
Like, how has the pandemic done? I mean, what has the pandemic done to you? Has it ever affected you? Do you feel it, or
Yeah,
how was it?
I feel it because I was planning to go back to the Philippines, like to go
Oh,
visit go visit the family after a couple of years.
mm,
I got here in 2018, and I was
mhm.
hoping to be able to go back probably like 2000, maybe end of 2019, 2020.
Last year.
Yep, but then the pandemic happened, so it's just been pretty crazy. It's not as bad here as the news makes it seem. um at least for me, from what I see, I'm just trying to wear my mask and social distance. And oh, I got my vaccines just recently.
Ooh,
Yes, I'm
completed
fully.
both
Yes, I
shots.
got both shots, and it's been 2 weeks since my last shot, so I think I'm covered for at least the next 6 months. So that's kind of cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Right, just doing my part. And it's just sad that here in the US, like, they have the supply, but the people who have access to it aren't just, they're not willing, like, the rest of the population, just they're not willing to take it, because there are people who don't want to get the
Oh,
vaccine because they don't believe in it.
ah,
So that's just kind of sad, seeing as how, things that are happening in India or even back home in the Philippines,
yes,
where I
and
know that the
even
supply isn't that good. And it's just,
yeah,
people take a lot of things for granted here. It's pretty
and I
crazy.
think the Philippine government tried to get some vaccines from over there,
Hmm.
but the contract with this particular drug company says nope, can't ship it anywhere else except for like who's buying it or something like that.
Right, yeah. But so the pandemic but I mean, it hasn't affected our lives, I guess, personally, as far as how we move around and everything. I've become such a homebody ever since, moving here, because there's so much driving that needs to get done. I miss Cebu in that everything was so small. Everything, you're 15 minutes away from everything in Cebu, basically. You know how we used to get around. Sure, traffic
Yes.
can get bad, but
Yeah.
ultimately you're like 15 minutes away from the mall. You're 15 minutes
Mm-hmm.
away from, from your church or from school. Everything's so close together. Here, if you drive 15 minutes going somewhere else, that's like 15 minutes driving 100 miles an hour, 100 kilometers per hour,
Whoa.
so even if
That's
it's only
far
15 minutes away,
away.
it's a long drive. There is so
Mhm.
much driving, and yep, just my luck to end up in the biggest, like one of the biggest states in tech in the US, and there is just so much driving, so very much driving. I don't. And oh my gosh, June, one thing about things here, it is so flat. I miss the bukid and the hill, the
Really, you miss
Philippines. Really, everything is so flat here. I just miss the elevation. I really do.
Yeah, you know what?
Mhm.
My friend Chong, Dana, my friend Chong says he had a term for that. Some how do you call this? Some explorers that
Mhm.
found the U.S. or something had land sickness because they lose. It was so vast, it was so wide that
Mhm.
you won't find your way. You kind of get disoriented
That's
as to
pretty
where
crazy.
you are.
Yeah, I can see how that can happen. Yeah, because there's so much land, and it's all flat. Again, it's so flat. There's one place, literally, I'm not making this up. There's a place here called Flatonia. I think that's the name of their little city, Flatonia, and I'm guessing that's probably just because it's so flat. Where are all the hills and the bukid? I need the bukid, June.
I
You know
know,
how,
right?
how I took it for granted so much, how you're like in Cebu, you're just an hour away from the beach, an hour
Mhm.
away from, from the mountains. And I think that was just really pretty. Here, funny thing, because here the beach here in Texas, it is enclosed by land. It's the Gulf of Mexico, basically, right? And so
Oh.
so we get there, and it looks like the water from SRP, basically. So I was talking to this lady from Davao, and I met her in Austin, and we were just kind of like, like exchanging notes. And I asked her like, "Hey, have you been to Houston?" She goes like, "Yeah, I've been to Houston." And I'm like, "Isn't it so flat?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's so flat." And I'm like, "Have you seen their dagat?" And she's like, "Lagi." And we both knew what we were talking about, because coming from the Philippines, we're just so spoiled with how pretty our waters are, and how fresh our seafood is. And I think that's just something you take for granted. Oh, well, I took it for granted, at least. I mean, I appreciated while I was there. It's just I should have, you know, gone to the sea more often.
All right. So, what's something that you miss about Cebu, food wise? Because I know
Ooh,
there has to
food
be something different
wise.
about the way they prepare.
Ooh-wee.
They prepare food. I mean, it's not like you get barbecues, a kilid anymore. They don't have that.
No,
And even if they
no.
did, I'm sure it tastes different.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. There are a few Filipino restaurants in and around town, but the thing is, they're not Cebuano restaurants, and it's just different.
Oh.
Cebuano food just hits differently. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. Like our lechon, our barbecue is our own style, and ngohyong, come on. Um,
Yeah, some people don't know
yeah,
what ngoyong is, Wiz,
yeah, yeah,
even if they're
and
from the
it's
Philippines.
yeah, and it
Hmm.
yes, so it is something that I prepared myself for, because everybody talks about how, yeah, like they leave the Philippines, and like, yeah, I'm gonna miss food and everything. I'm like, okay, I'm prepared for that. It's okay. It's just food. I'm gonna come back in a year or so, and I'll eat all the food that I can, which, pandemic never really
Mm-hmm.
happened. So I've gone a long time without authentic Cebuano food. And um let's see, just the food here, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of the same thing, the barbecue, it's just soft meat, but it's the different flavor profile compared to what we have in Cebu. We like the sweet barbecue sauce, right? The barbecue here is more salty sour, I guess. And it's different. A lot of my expectations for food here was from television, basically television and movies. Have you guys seen that movie Chef with John Favreau, the guy who directed Iron Man? Anyway, he plays a chef, and he goes to a barbecue place, which was here in Austin. And when I saw it,
Mm-hmm.
like even back in Cebu, I was like, I'm gonna go there one day, and I'm gonna eat that barbecue because it looks so good, right?
Okay.
And I just dove in, like I watched his show, like, because he has a Netflix show, and so I watched his show. It's also called Chef, where he revisits all these places that that he featured in the movie. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna eat all the food that he's watching. I finally get to the place in Austin. It's a barbecue place, and everybody was lining up. It was a long line. Me and my wife, we
Oh,
stood in line for 4 hours, June, just
no
so that we could
way.
taste this. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. The first time we arrived, the line was so long. They told us we don't have any meat for you anymore. I'm like, this must be really good. And so we went to a different barbecue place. We come back like a few days later to this place, and this was a drive away. This was like a 3-hour drive to get to the restaurant from
Wow.
where I live, right? So I'm really working over here because like I'm trying to achieve goals here. So I get all the way to the restaurant. We arrived there early, even before they opened. We stood in line for 4 hours. We made friends with people in the line. We laughed, we cried, we shared life stories, connected,
Kidding, right?
where we follow each other on Instagram, and we get to the restaurant, and then we get the food after 4 hours of waiting, right? The place smells so nice because they're smoking barbecue.
Mm.
They got brisket, they got ribs, they got sausages, and they got sides and everything. And then you take that first bite and you're like, huh, it's okay, I guess. And I was so crushed because the food wasn't as good as I expected it to be, which I guess was my fault because
Oh.
I guess I had expectations because of
Mhm.
media and everything. But yes, the meat was soft. I mean, yes, it's pretty good, but it wasn't heavenly. It wasn't like, it's just like the best meat in the whole wide world. Um, so yes, I don't trust John Favreau and the movie Chef and his Netflix series anymore. I do not trust his taste. And more and more, I'm beginning to learn that, Asian food is really where it's at. The complexity of our flavors,
Mhm.
that's what's up, because we use a whole bunch of different things. I think um, the accessibility to the variety of like vegetables and fruits is
And I
there as
think
well.
and I think also Cebuanos like our food. We like our food savory with there's a
Hmm.
little bit more flavor in there. That's
Yep.
why, as you mentioned, our lechon just
Hmm.
is
Like,
different.
come
Our
on, right?
barbecue is just different.
Hmm.
So apart from lechon, barbecue, and Chinese ngoyong, man, near USC,
We,
right?
yeah, yeah.
What do you miss here? I
Uh,
mean, what do you miss in the
like
from in
what
Cebu?
food do I miss?
Yeah, what food? Yes, yes.
Let's see.
Chicken
Ooh-wee.
Tagala. I miss it even
Oh my
now.
gosh! Don't even get me started on. Well, Tagalog chicken, yes.
No, I love it. I love it so much.
I love Tagalog chicken, and I love that it was just a walk away. Um, I miss the feel of puso. There's something about eating puso that's
Yeah.
just that's just you just can't explain it. It's just a different experience eating puso. Um,
Yeah.
I can smell it right.
and
The meat. Because you
yeah,
cut it open, you break it open, and you
right,
weave them,
yeah.
and then the smell, the aroma starts, the fragrance of the meat starts to fill your nose.
Exactly, exactly. There's just it's just an experience. It's an experience basically. I think that's what puso is because it's not as much a matter of its flavor. It's the experience of it all. Like when have you not had fun while eating puso? Because usually when you're eating puso, you're out eating with friends or you're out on
Mm-hmm.
the beach, and I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the whole experience of it all, where you're all just standing around and you're eating puso. You're when were you sad while you were
Yeah.
eating?
Like, when did you ever think of eating poso when you just broke up with someone?
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. Even then, that's comfort food. It's like,
I know. I know.
like my heart is broken, but at least I have this. So
Yeah, puso
get it because they're hard.
and ginapot, dude. What the?
Oh my gosh. Well, to be fair, there is some ginabot here, because
Okay.
there are some local restaurants that are opening here, like these branch restaurants. Um, I visited a a a a Filipino fast food place that opened a branch
Mhm.
here. It rhymes with Bobby B.
Okay.
and
And
and I made the mistake of visiting on a Sunday lunch, right?
oh,
Because when we went there Sunday noontime, and it was like Filipino dining rules all over again. You got a family of 8 sitting on a table for 4. You got people putting handbags in these tables. This was pre-pandemic. You got people like holding, like guarding the table because they have a family that's ordering food and they're in the back of the line, but they're already like, no, this is our table, this is our shared table. Just looking for a table for 2. We had to share a table with another family just so that we could get a seat, and it was
yeah.
crazy. And everybody was speaking, like either Tagalog or whatever dialect they were speaking
Mm.
in the Philippines. It was as if we were in like the middle of Quezon, man. So it's nice that there are pieces of the Philippines, the little pockets of Philippine communities here in the U.S. And initially, when I got here, um, it was such an amazing thing to be so far from home and to see Filipinos. Like, oh, are you Filipino? You're talking to the waiter and like, hey, where are you from? Are you from the Philippines? And so you're connecting with people that way. But after a while, you're just like, this guy, I'm pretty sure this guy's Filipino again. I'm just not gonna acknowledge it because I don't want to be the uncool new guy, that's just like, "Hey, Filipino, 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 Philippines," right? Because it's interesting initially, but then after a while, you're just like, I'm doing this on a daily basis now. I should just be cool about it. Like, yeah, you're from the Philippines, cool. But sometimes you encounter a person where you can't quite place it. You think they're from the Philippines, but you're not sure, and so
Mm.
you're like, and so you ask them like, hey, where are you from? And then this guy who you're already suspecting is Filipino, he goes like, oh, I'm from Florida, and I moved here to Houston, like a couple years ago. I'm like, you're like, this guy, he knew what I meant. He knew I was trying to figure out Philippines or not. This guy from Florida. All right, sure, man, whatever. And then my wife and I, we visit other states. We took a trip to California one time, and we found ourselves in a conversation again, and somebody asked us, "Hey, where are you from?" And we were like, "Oh, we're from Houston." I'm like, this guy. I'm like, I've become
Oh
that guy.
man.
I've become that guy. Like, I'm not from the Philippines. I'm from Houston. And then people have to ask, where are you from originally? Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
China. If we're talking about originally right here,
Like my ancestors.
yeah, my great grandfather came from China. That's as far back as I can.
Oh man.
Oh
Okay.
boy,
It's time
but
for us to play another song, Wiz.
hey,
So
are are
here we
are we leaving?
go.
Is this my last song?
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
oh, not yet. Okay, cool, sure thing. We'll play a song. Get me to shut up. Let's go.
Okay. We're back.
Hey, what's up, Magic Nation? I'm still here. I'm gonna be here until you guys get sick of me, and then I will go away for a long time.
No, really, thanks, Wiz, for really making time for us. But I think Donna's got another interesting question for you.
Ooh.
I'm doing all the asking today, am I?
No,
Okay.
no. I had my share of asking questions too.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Well, I think you mentioned something about daylight savings time, so maybe you can tell us about that. I'm sure there's a
Right.
few funny anecdotes in there.
Right. Yes, of course. So when it comes to daylight savings time, there's already the time difference between here in the U.S. and back home in the Philippines. Usually, it's I think right now it's a 13-hour difference, where you guys are ahead 13 hours, and then right. So that's something you have to explain to people when you're back home. Like for us, we had to coordinate. Hey, let's do this at 8:30 your time, which is 7:30 my time, right? And then and so time zones are something you got to get used to, immediately after arriving, the jet lag and everything. And then the US throws you this curveball called daylight savings time, right? Where at one part of the year they spring forward, basically you losing an hour. Like sometime in the night, your clock just springs forward from 12 to 1 once it hits midnight. So you're waking up an hour earlier, and it's a really old tradition, I guess. Back when they were trying, I think this was during wartime, and they were trying to save candles and stuff. But it's such an old tradition that still persists until now, and it's pretty tough, because now you have to explain to the people back home, where like when you're on a video call, like, no, I know that we used to call at this time, but now because of daylight savings time, the difference isn't 13 hours anymore, it's 14 hours. And it's just this strange concept to have to explain to people. And I think it's one of the reasons as well where the sun sets later at night here, because when before coming here, my perception of the US was like, oh, in the US, the sun sets at 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, that's pretty trippy. But I just realized that yeah, the sun sets at around like 8 or 9, because they cheated. They moved their clocks around. And it's the silliest thing. And it's one of those other things that, we don't do in the Philippines, and they do here. And you're just like, yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, daylight saving
Does seem very simple here.
right, yeah. And I just want to wake up at the same time of the day every single day of the year. Is that wrong?
Technically, you can set your watch that way and it'd be the same time.
Right, yes, but I could set my watch that way, but then I'd be the weirdo, like that's always an hour behind everybody else here in the US. I'm always going to be an hour late to everything, and I think that's where Filipino time came from. Like I'll late all the time because Filipino time. Like, no, we're just screwed up because of your daylight savings times, which is pretty darn whack, you guys.
Yeah, I think that's right on the money. Yeah, I
Right?
think
Yeah. Filipino time is just us failing to adjust for daylight savings.
Or no one told us about daylight savings. Come
Nobody
on.
told us about daylight
I
savings.
attempted that back in grade school, I remember. But then that didn't
Did we ever do? Yeah, because it doesn't work.
I remember we did daylight savings time or daylight saving time because of the storm, that huge storm. And so I think it was after Uping.
Earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Just
to
so
save
that you
up
can make
on
the most of the light, right? Which makes sense. But then it doesn't work anymore here. It's just really, and
Wiz,
you
know what?
Flat it is. Like the sun, right? You get some more sunlight, right? Because this is the sun, and this is and the sun is just right there, like horizon to horizon. But if you have like bukid and mountains and stuff, even the sun is here, you're in the shadows, which I think is also why you get so much sunlight, because of how flat.
Wiz, you know what? I know we're not talking about food anymore, but I was in the grocery this morning. I mean, I was in the grocery earlier today, and look what I got. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it.
Calaman. Oh wait, no.
Calamansi.
Not calamansi. I'm forgetting names of things anymore already.
Okay.
No, I know it's not lumboy.
It's not lumboy. Lumboy is purple.
I know.
But it's kind of like the same
I'm trying to remember.
that.
I haven't seen it in so long. I don't remember what it's called anymore.
Starts with the letter S.
No, it's not.
And it ends with ass. And it ends with ass.
That helps, Jenny.
It does.
Cheers.
No.
Siniguelas. Bam.
Yes.
Let's go. Right? Oh my gosh. That part of my brain that had to reconnect those neurons and everything.
Neural pathway.
Right. Yeah. I had to reconnect that neural pathway just to remember that. Thank you very much, June. That memory.
You're welcome.
So I am old and gray. Oh my gosh. Right.
Oh man.
Oh boy. My brain has been dying. Like I watch so much Netflix and like television that 80% of my personality basically is the TV shows that I watch. Um, and
Don't worry,
What
we
are
can
you
all
watching?
relate.
Yeah.
That's why we're in Korean class.
Right. Yeah. This pandemic though has gotten me caught up on a whole bunch of movies and shows. Um, what am I watching now?
Or
Uh,
ever watch anything Korean apart from Kingdom?
my parents, my family has been trying to get me back into watching. Has been trying to get me to watch, those Korean shows. Um, so they've gotten into it, and I'm still stuck watching anime. I'm still watching
Oh.
Kuroko no Basket. Yes. So much Netflix here, so much to watch. And I feel like because of how big this place is, I understand how people can be so socially isolated and just, focus on like specific things and hobbies, because it's really hard to connect with people here. Like I feel like one of the big things is like, how you walk around in the mall. Let's say you go to Ayala or SM and you're just walking around and you bump into people, right? Like, hey, hi, like we know each other from school, or we know each other from this other place, and you say hi, hello, and you make those connections, right?
Yeah.
But because of how big this place is and how there are so many malls, there's a very small chance for you to run into somebody
Wow.
like, just out and about. So I can see how people can be a little bit more cold here, compared to how, like in the Philippines, we have no choice but to be warm because of the close proximity and the close family ties and everything. So because of how big this place is, it is so hard. It is a little bit more difficult, I guess, to make connections. You really have to intentionally, um, like make a way to you really have to make plans to meet each other, versus in the Philippines where it's just like, hey, what are you doing? Nothing much. You want to meet up later? Let's go. Here it's like, hey, let's meet up later. You're 3 hours away, thank you very much. It's not gonna happen.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's
Yeah.
totally crazy.
Yeah, but one thing I'd like to talk about though is the globalization of the Filipino. Like I feel like we're a small country, but we're basically all over the world. Like
Yeah.
everybody has a Filipino connection. Like even if you're talking to somebody who's not from the Philippines, and they're talking to you and they ask you like, hey, where are you from? I'm from the Philippines. And they go like, you know what, my brother has a roommate who was from the Philippines, and like everybody has a Filipino connection now. Like we're part of the world stage, the world diversity. The Philippines isn't like, a small country anymore. Everybody just knows somebody from the Philippines, or is married to somebody from the Philippines, or at least has been to the Philippines or heard of it, which I think
How's that
it's a
been
good
for you?
thing.
How's that been for you? How's that been for you?
It's okay. It's okay because it's a lot less explaining. You don't have to explain much. Like, oh yeah, we're a small archipelago off in the Pacific, right below Japan, above Malaysia. And it's a lot
And
less
we have
explaining.
internet.
Right.
Ah.
Yes. And you got people trying to say "kumusta ka," right? And I'm like, yeah, like sure thing. Just give it a shot. Like we appreciate it, which is pretty cool.
I was just wondering, Wiz, because my brother did this, and I don't know if I've already told you that, but when he went to the States, he purposely wore a cap that said Cebu because he was waiting for someone who would talk to him and say, hey, you're from Cebu.
Did anybody do that? Did
Yes,
ever,
and it
I'm
was
sure. I'm sure.
it was a guy from the military who was
Okay.
stationed here
I
for some
gotcha.
time
Yeah.
and bought him a drink. They were in the bar and bought him a drink.
That's
Yeah,
super cool.
I
Yeah.
know.
Sometimes I think about doing that. I have that, like I think about you in that story when I would go out, like before when I was at work and we were allowed to wear caps. I would wear my habagat cap,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of like
Yes.
signal a little bit, like, hey, yeah, if you want to talk to me, if you understand this brand, then that we could talk Cebu. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
That-
Or
yeah.
outdoors. This is the great outdoors.
Right. Yeah. So just I guess there is a little bit of that. There's a lot of that you would see around. Like you would see people wearing jerseys from their favorite local basketball team from the Philippines.
Oh,
It's
really?
yeah, yeah. Like you would see them around, like just the older dudes, the older gentleman that you know, like yep, this guy, and then he's wearing one of those basketball jerseys, which is a brand of a beer from back home. And like, yeah, I know that brand. Like, so it's kind of nice to see that people are signaling and want people to know that, hey, I'm from the Philippines too, and if you want to talk, let's talk, which is kind of cool.
Yes, that's really cool. Well, you know what, Wiz?
Mhm.
I really hope that you get back here. You and Toni come back here
I
soon
am trying
and
my
come and
hardest,
visit.
right? Yeah, definitely.
The forecast is we're gonna have herd immunity by November. I don't know how true
Herd
that is
immunity by November.
because we
Okay.
haven't gotten vaccinated
I
yet, right?
know. It's tough. It's tough. It really is, I'm sure. Yep, yep. People say we're all in this together, but then
Yeah.
the borders say otherwise.
That's true. That's true. So
All right. Yep.
I guess it's perfect time for us to play one more song.
Let's do one more song. Is this gonna be my last song, or is this
Nope.
just okay? Hey, well,
Just one more song.
listen to this song. You're on Magic 92.3.
Okay, we're back with Wiz Kudana. Final moments with him. But I hear Wiz has got something prepared for us, Donna, and we've never done it before.
All right, super cool. Well, thank you very much for having me on the show. And just as a little parting gift, I decided to write up a quick game for you and Dana, pit you guys against each other real quick, because you telling me about this made me think about what I miss from home. And I was like, I've been thinking about Filipino food for a while now. And especially since moving here, I had to cook for myself, like looking up Filipino recipes and trying to put things together. That's a pretty big part of my life right now, trying to cook for myself and remembering the food from back home. So we're going to do a quick quiz, I guess, between the two of you about Filipino food. All right. So here's what we're going to do.
Oh no.
The game is called Clue Guess. Right. So you guys are going to be taking turns, and in each of your turn, you can do only one of two things. You can either ask for a clue or you can guess. Okay?
What?
Right. So if you ask for a clue, then I'll give you something to kind of figure out what you're supposed to guess. And then you can guess it as well. But if you choose guess and you guess wrong, the other player gets
a chance.
The other player gets a clue and a guess.
Oh.
Okay. Right?
Okay.
Okay. So it's going to be a free guess without any consequences.
Okay.
And then, yes. Okay.
Donna, I don't know the name of the food I eat.
No, this is going to be easy because what I'm going to do is when you ask what the category is food from Cebu, what I'm going to do is every time you ask for a clue, I'm going to give you what I have open right now is a list of recipes for food from Cebu. Every time you ask for a clue, I will give you a piece of the ingredient and you have to guess what the dish is. So if you can piece together all the ingredients enough.
But Dana cooks and I don't. Okay, fine.
It's okay. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got you. So let's flip a coin. Do you guys? All right. So June goes first. So here we go.
I go first? Okay.
Right. Yeah. Because scissors beat paper. So,
okay,
unless you want to choose. Do you want to go first or do you want to go second?
No, I'm fine. I'll go first.
Okay. All right. So we have a first dish, and this is round 1. Let's see. Okay. So June, you get your turn. I have a recipe open, and I have a list of ingredients.
Okay, let's go.
This isn't going to be helpful.
So she gets to answer.
All right. No, she only on each of your turn, you can only ask for a clue or only guess.
Okay.
But if you guess wrong,
quiet.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna take turns. So June.
Okay.
Clue or guess?
Clue.
All right. The first ingredient is 1 kilogram of minced pork. All right, Dana, your turn. Clue or guess?
Clue.
All right, the second ingredient is 3/4 cup of brown sugar. June, clue or guess?
Guess.
Okay, what's your guess?
Bola bola.
Bola bola is wrong. So Dana gets a clue and a free guess. Dana,
Okay.
do you want a clue?
Clue, please.
Okay, the clue is next ingredient is 1 tablespoon of salt. Do you want to guess? You get a free guess this round.
Okay, clue.
No consequence. It's the part of the ingredients.
Is it ginaling?
No, it's not giniling. All right, June, your turn. Clue or guess?
Clue.
2 teaspoons ground black pepper. It could be anything.
Oh!
All right, Dana,
Okay.
your turn.
Go.
Dana, your turn.
Go.
Clue or guess?
Go.
Torta.
Oh, she guessed. No, it is not torta. June, you get 1 clue and a free guess. Your clue is 1 whole garlic minced. Here's your free guess.
That could be anything still.
Okay. My guess is fried lumpia.
Not fried lumpia. Okay, that was your free guess. Dana, you're up. Clue or guess?
Clue.
Clue. 2 tablespoons anise liqueur.
Anise.
Yeah, but it's anise liqueur. Liqueur. There's so many vowels.
Okay.
Okay, so that was your clue, right?
Mm.
Yes. Okay, now June, back to your turn. Clue or guess?
Clue.
Okay, 2 tablespoons paprika. Dana, your turn. Clue or guess?
Clue.
2 pieces bird's eye chilies, finely chopped. All right, June, your turn. Clue or guess?
Guess.
All right, guess.
Dinuguan.
It's not dinuguan. Dana, your next clue is 2 tablespoons pureed pineapple, and you get a free guess.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
Pureed pineapple with anise liqueur.
Mm-hmm.
The aromatics, that makes sense, but pork ginaling.
Exactly, right?
Someone's gonna kill me for not knowing what this is. But it's been a while since I had pork.
Right, your free guess. Let's go.
God, I got nothing.
You got nothing. All right. So you want to give up your guess?
Wait.
Yeah. Your last clue was pureed pineapple.
Pureed pineapple. Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing. All right. June, clue or guess?
Clue.
3 teaspoons annatto powder. All right, Dana, your turn.
I've never prepared this dish. I probably had it.
Probably not. Honestly, probably not. But it's definitely a Cebuano dish. Dana, you get a clue. Clue or guess?
Clue, please.
Okay, 1/2 teaspoon karaginan or red
Carrageenan.
or white carrageenan or red and white agar powder. June, your turn. Clue or guess?
I guess.
You're gonna guess? Okay.
This is a Korean dish, isn't it?
No, it's June's turn right now. June,
Yeah.
you want to guess?
Relax, Dana. I'm gonna guess. Lechon paksiw.
You don't mince pork in lechon paksiw.
Yes.
All right. Okay, Dana, you get the last clue and then you get a guess.
Okay.
The last clue I think should make it. This one's sausage casing.
Embutido?
It is not embutido.
Can I guess?
Those were the.
How about me?
Okay, June.
Can I guess?
Your turn.
I'll
Clue
just
or
try
guess?
and guess, okay?
Clue or
Chorizo.
guess? And it is chorizo de Cebu. Congratulations.
You're right.
Right? Yeah. All right.
Oh my gosh, that's chorizo.
Super cool.
I don't know how many people listening to us right now could actually
they
tell
were
it
just
was
screaming
already
at the radio,
chorizo.
just like chorizo, chorizo. It's like not everybody knows how to make chorizo, but I miss chorizo de Cebu because I just realized that chorizo de Cebu has a distinctive sweet taste versus the regular chorizo from from everywhere else in the Philippines, where it's more
Mhm.
salty,
That's true.
savory.
That's true. It's different.
Yeah,
Chorizo is different.
because I would go grab some tapsilog at a Filipino restaurant. I'm like, give me that
Mhm.
chorizo, man. And then it comes out
Exactly,
and you're like,
exactly.
Our chorizo
okay.
also has distinct quality of all that, the caramelization that happens in the pan, and it's all sticky.
Yes, because of all the sugar that's in it,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
very specific to Cebu, and I miss that. I really do.
And I can give you like 3 different places where you can get different tasting chorizo that's really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eat it a lot.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do another round with something slightly simpler?
Yes. That's fun. That's fun.
Okay, yeah.
Go
We
ahead.
can just do like what 3 of these, and then you can choose which one is
Yeah.
the
Okay,
bad
cool.
one.
Go.
Yeah. Or okay. All right. Since June started the last round, Dana gets this one. June has 1 point so far. All right, Dana. Clue or guess?
Clue, please.
Okay. This one, first ingredient is rice paper or lumpia wrapper. June, clue or guess?
Yes.
Guess. Go.
Lumpia Shanghai.
No, it is not lumpia Shanghai. Dana gets a clue and she gets a free guess. 1/2
Okay.
kilogram of ubod sliced in small strips. Dana,
Lumpia.
have a free guess.
Fresh
No,
lumpia.
it is not fresh lumpia. It is not. Okay. June, clue or guess?
Guess.
All right. What's your guess?
Ngoyong.
Ngoyong is correct. All right. June has 2 points. Dana has nothing. Yeah, I should have rearranged it. I should have started from the bottom. The bottom was
Yeah.
soy sauce, freshly ground black pepper.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, everybody's learning. Let's try one more. You guys want to do one more?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna start with like the really obscure ingredients this time. Okay.
Okay, go.
All right. So this round has 11 ingredients, and June got the last one, so Dana gets to start this round.
Okay.
Dana, clue or guess?
Clue, please.
1.5 cups water. All right, June, clue.
Clue.
1 oil. It just says 1 oil on the recipe. Dana, clue or guess?
Clue, please. What are we making?
1
What? 1 teaspoon?
patis. All right, June, clue or guess?
Like I've got
Guess.
You're
Guess.
gonna guess. All right,
Yeah.
go for it.
Humba.
It is not humba. Dana gets a clue and a guess. Let's see.
Clue, please.
Clue. No, you get a free clue and a free guess.
Okay.
2 pieces mackerel. And you get a free guess.
Mackerel. Oil.
Yeah.
Is it?
Bum. June, clue or guess?
Guess.
All right, guess.
Inununan.
Not inununan, no. All right,
not?
Dana gets a free clue and a free guess. Dana, your next guess is 200 grams eggplant. And you get a free guess.
Eggplant with mackerel?
Mhm.
Do I know this dish?
I don't know.
Who are you talking to, Dana?
Yeah.
By yourself.
Oh man, what
Eggplant
dish is
with
this?
Oil.
Dana, you get a free guess.
Is this like a fish torta kind of dish?
There are more ingredients, so
Yeah, I guess. So okay, I give up.
okay. So not the fish torta, no. June, clue or guess?
Clue.
2 stalks lemongrass. Dana, clue or guess?
Clue.
200 grams okra. June, clue or guess?
Mackerel? With mackerel.
Clue. Yeah, clue.
3 pieces tomatoes. Dana, clue or guess?
Tomatoes.
Dana, clue or guess? Yep.
Is this
Dana,
a
you're taking
ceviche? Is this a ceviche? No.
It is not ceviche. No.
Oh.
June gets a
Clue and a guess.
Yes, right. Yes. So the next clue is 200 grams squash, and you get a free guess.
I ruined my guess. There's squash in it.
Mm-hmm.
Squash and just along with the mackerel. But there's
Yeah.
that means it's gonna be could potentially be a fried thing or saute.
Mm-mm.
So
There's water, dude. There's water.
and there's water.
It's water.
Not sinigang.
It's June's
It's
turn.
my turn.
It's June's turn.
Why is so bad?
There's no squash in sinigang.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Tinola.
No, it is not tinola. All right, Dana's turn. Dana, clue or guess?
Clue, please.
100 grams alugbati. June, clue or guess?
I don't know if I've eaten this. Okay, guess.
Okay.
Utan Bisaya.
Utan Bisaya is correct. I would have also accepted lauoy. The remaining ingredients were 1 cup malunggay, 1 teaspoon. Oh no, I already said 1 teaspoon.
Because the mackerel would have been the subak.
Yes, there you go. June wins clue or guess with 3 points. Boom.
Thank you, Namjoon.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah,
Is
so
there fish in Utan Bisaya?
Yeah, subak.
lauoy. Yeah,
That's how we
I
do
guess
it.
it gives the salt because there doesn't seem to be any salt.
That's how we have it here. My
I've never heard of laoy.
Lauoy or utan bisaya. I apparently it's the same thing.
My God.
Is it the same thing? Yeah, because
Yes, that is, and that
That
is the dish of that is the signature dish of the Bisaya, Utan Bisaya.
yes, utan bisaya. Yeah, right. Yeah, because
Yeah, it is.
you kind of miss it, yo. Like the vegetables here are always just spinach.
And you know what?
kale.
You know what's so good about this utan bisaya that's in Quishim?
Mm-hmm.
He grills the fish.
Before he puts it in the soup.
Yes.
Oh wow! So it
Yeah.
smells. It's got that aroma.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The grilled fish.
Wow! Amazing! Amazing!
Yeah.
Amazing!
See all this food talk, yo.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's time
yo.
for breakfast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Hope you guys had fun with my little game, Clue or Guess. You are free to use that game however you'd like it. That is my gift.
Yeah, but that requires
you.
you, Riz. So you have to be the game master
Yeah.
every time we play the game.
Every single time.
So, any parting words, Wiz, for everybody? By the
Well,
way,
yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just really grateful for you guys having me on the show. It really is a nice throwback to when we were doing radio back in Cebu, and it's just nice to feel, like to be on this side of the interview. I've never thought that I would be the one to be interviewed. I never really thought my life would be interesting, but thank you very much for giving me this experience to remember what it feels like, to be on radio, because just transitioning to regular conventional life, it's pretty dull and boring.
Oh, Wiz,
Yes.
how come you're talking like this is going to be the last? You're coming back next week, right?
Am I coming back? Ooh. Ooh. It's you would have me. I would be off. Do you guys want to end with some riddles?
Okay. Go for it.
Yeah, these are some riddles that I've been trying to write, to make everything to end everything on a light note.
Okay.
But yeah. All right. So
please. The floor is.
I've entitled these bad riddles. Okay, so it's just gonna be a quick fire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with. I only have like 4 things, honestly.
Okay.
Okay. What musical instrument can't be trusted?
Can't be trusted. Is the word
give
in
up.
English or Bisaya?
It's in English, but the answer is a liar. Okay. All right. Keeping everything light and going, right? What keeps getting hurt without anyone realizing?
Hurt without anyone realizing. My God, my brain is fried. I've got nothing.
The answer is my feelings. All right, next question. Which psychological coping mechanism is characterized by the changing of subject in a conversation to avoid talking about one's feelings or emotions?
Projection.
Next question. Others think it is high, but you know it's low. What is it?
You're right.
My self-confidence. All right. Thanks for playing.
That's a good one.
I just stopped. I
And
gave
on,
up. I gave
and
up.
on that happy note, thank you very much for having me on the show.
Yeah.
Bye, Wiz.
Bye, Magic Nation. It's been fun. Thank you so much. Have a good one.